Greetings, YouTube. Kudo-kun here. I swear it's impossible for me to make a video where I don't look like a filthy hobo. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I know it's been a really long time, especially since I stopped making videos right at the end of a series. But since I've been gone, I've actually got a few decent questions I'd like to answer, and I want to give you guys an update on what I'm planning on doing. So, let's go to the questions first, and then I'll give you guys the update, and we'll go through the questions kind of quickly, hopefully. Why don't you make videos anymore? Well, the easiest answer I can give you guys is things weren't really working out between me and my roommates, which is kind of hard because my roommates and I were close friends before the actual move, and the way things were going in the apartment, it just really wasn't a very healthy living environment. Like that's the easiest way I could put it out. I might make a video kind of explaining it to you guys if for some reason that ends up being something that seems like people would care about. Like, honestly, I don't think you guys do, though. It's like I'm sort of an entertainer up here, or teacher of games, as some people like to call me. And like my personal life, I really don't think anybody's here for vlogs. In fact, I wouldn't even do things like this if it weren't for keeping you guys updated on the other videos. So, yeah, that's it. It wasn't a very good living environment this past year, so I'm out of it now. I'm actually in a new place, as you guys might be able to see. I'm not really at this angle to show off any of the stuff in my room. I really don't have much to show off right now. But the window's over there, and I'm getting natural lighting here, so hopefully this looks okay when I put it all together. Are you planning on reviewing the new MLP set? People keep asking for MLP, and here it is. If you guys go back and look at the last set I'm doing, by the way, guys, I'm totally going to do orange. In fact, I am probably going to work on it a bit tonight. I have to redo some stuff, and I'll explain that later. But back to MLP as a concept, it seems like it's kind of dying down a little bit. Like I know it was never really huge, but every time I make one of these update videos, I have to re-explain that even though a lot of people subscribe because of one of my MLP videos, nobody watches my MLP videos when I make them. I off the top of my head, I don't think any of the last MLP videos I made even broke like 300 or 400 views. And it's not a money thing. Like I do get paid a little bit of money to make these videos. Trust me, it's not as much as you guys are thinking. But I do get paid a little bit of money to make these, and it's not so much about the fact that the videos aren't making me any money. It's I've got over 3,000 subscribers now, and if only 200 of them are interested in MLP videos, it might be time to move on. And I know I say that every single time. That's kind of why I wanted to do the MLP videos the way I was doing them, because they're kind of a swan song to MLP. Like, I probably won't do anything MLP related for a few more sets, because that's when the metagame will really change again. Um, I think doing this color thing where it's like I just look at the best cards from each one and like kind of talk about my opinions on how to make decks using those colors is the best thing I can do for it right now. And I don't think individual set reviews are a good idea right now. I'll look into it if things kind of pick up, but if nobody's watching MLP, I'm not going to keep making MLP. It's just that simple, guys. I'm sorry. I want to send you some cards. Do you, woo woo, have a P.O. box or something? Here's my thing with sending me stuff. It's a really nice gesture, and thank you guys a lot if you're thinking about something like that. The thing is, I don't really need you guys to send me stuff, and it can get kind of complicated. It's a really nice gesture. Again, thank you. It's really cool that people would want to send me stuff. And I have been sent some stuff in the past, but mainly it's been from companies wanting me to review games. Um, I'm okay with stuff like that because it's a company, but it gets really personal when it's one of my fans wanting to send me something, and I might set something up for that later, but I'm really afraid that I'm going to start this slippery slope thing where people will actively buy stuff for me to review, and I don't know if I'm okay with that yet. If there's something you really want to send me, like maybe we can talk about it, but I can afford to buy my stuff. So if there's something you really want me to look at, or if there are some cards you really want me to check out, just tell me about them, and I can probably get them on my own. But thank you for the offer. Oh, sorry, my screen went black there. Why don't you do some videos on Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh? You would probably get a lot more subscribers. Here's the thing with Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. First of all, they've got really bad communities. And I know not every single player is awful, but as a whole, the Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic communities are really bad and they're really elitist. I really don't know if there's anything I could make for the community that people would actually enjoy watching. I do really like Magic and I'm okay with Yu-Gi-Oh, but I really don't know if there's anything that I can add that people would actively to get anything out of because I mainly do teaching stuff. And honestly, for those two communities, there's already a pretty huge subset of people doing it. I really like looking at smaller things that aren't getting much exposure because I think it's a lot more it's a lot more useful if I bring new stuff to the table or if I sort of expand on very tiny things than it is for me to just retread what other people are doing. Like if I talked about the new Magic set, there's like 100 different YouTube channels you can watch to see what's coming out in the new Magic set, and they probably know a lot more than I do. Um, Plus, with games like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, they're already so heavily set in what they're doing that there's a lot of catch-up you have to play because you have to know about all of the previous sets and you have to know about what all of the most powerful decks were, how the newer sets compare to the older sets. When a new card comes out that's a lot like an older card, you have to be like, oh, like this is a new Thunderbolt, this is a new tutor, so on and so forth. And I don't have all that off the top of my head because I like to switch between games so often. I'm really erratic when it comes to my interest in gaming when I'm doing it on like a just for fun basis and I'm not doing a video on it. Like right now, I sort of switched over to HeroClix, which I'll talk over a little bit later. Last question we're going to take today. Do you have a girlfriend? Does she play any games? So here's the weird thing. People who watch my other videos know that I was kind of against the idea of dating and having a girlfriend. And then I kind of ended up with one anyway. It's a really long story and I won't go into it, but let's just say that somebody sort of changed my mind and made me want to give it a shot. So I did. So I do have a girlfriend now. Yay. But she's not really a gamer, and that's not for lack of trying, because I am trying really hard. Um, like I've been trying to get her into video games, and there are very few games that she likes. She says that she likes board games and card games, but she never seems to really want to play any. We mainly just watch movies and TV shows and stuff. And no, you're probably not going to see her in any videos. I don't think I'm going to drag her into this. She does know about the YouTube thing, but I'm probably not going to try to involve her at all. I think it's better that that just stays separate. So yeah, that's all the questions I'll take today, and now on to the updates. Here's what I'm doing with the channel right now, guys. No, I'm not dead. I say that every time. Like, I'll make videos for a couple of months and I'll just die out altogether. I'm not dead completely, though. I really want to move on to actually reviewing new games. I know I've said this before, but the whole point of this channel was to review different games and not stay on one thing for too long. Despite how long I've stayed on Weiss, it's just because I think Weiss is a really fun game to build for. So it's a lot of fun to look at new sets and stuff because it's not super meta dependent. And I would like to start doing different card games, like different reviews and stuff. However, I have also thought about going back to some of the games that I've already reviewed. Like I did some stuff for Vanguard, Buddy Fights, that kind of thing. And I've been thinking about going back and doing reviews of some of the older sets for those and then catching them up to the newer sets. So if there's anything in particular, like any kind of game that I didn't really give enough attention that you want to see more attention given to, now's the time to speak out on it because I'm going to be looking at some of my older games. And if there's any in particular that you want to see, you have to tell me. I'm not a mind reader. So let's see if anything picks up for those, and I'll start doing those again. I'm probably going to lay off of Weiss for a little bit because I feel like Weiss takes up a lot of time on my channel, and I'd like to move on to some kind of newer stuff. Speaking of newer stuff, I'm going to do a separate video for this later to give you more information, but for those of you who are awesome enough to watch all of my videos, you get to know now. I'm actually thinking of doing a gaming channel soon, and yeah, I know, I can't believe it either, right? So here's my thing. I never wanted to do a separate channel because I like it better with like I like the idea of just having one channel with everything on it better. I think it's a lot more honest. I think it's A lot more organized, I guess you could say. But some people I've been talking to have given some really good arguments as to why doing a separate channel for video games would be a good idea. So if you want to see video game stuff like my top Vita games to look out for this year and so on and so forth, like if you're interested in any of my video game content at all, then I will make an update video with the link to the new gaming channel, and that's where all my gaming stuff is going to be. For anybody who's worried that it's going to interfere with stuff here, don't worry about it. This is still going to be on my main channel. The new channel is mainly going to be video game related stuff. There's a show I want to start there called UTR Gaming, and I'll get more into that later. But it's pretty much going to look at some of the good stuff that I grew up with. It's really easy to hate on bad games, but there's not really enough shows out there that talk about some of the really good games from the older days, and that's what I'd like to do. I'm also going to do some movie related stuff there. I'd like to get into doing some movie reviews and stuff, but we'll see how that goes, copyright and all that. What else? Yeah, movies and gaming are going to be moved to a separate channel, and I will do an update video with the link to that channel soon. I'd like to actually make the channel first before I do the update and actually get some content on it, and it's not going to affect anything here. The only thing it might affect is if I want to do a video and I don't know which channel to put it on, I'll probably put it on the channel that has the most subscribers at the time. So that's the only thing. It's probably still going to be here because I don't think I'm going to get 3,000 on my gaming channel anytime soon. But if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. Another thing is the HeroClix that I was talking about before. So I got a bit into HeroClix. That's probably what I'll end up doing next. I also want to go back. I rewatched my top 10, 11, top 11 most fun card games in Kudo's opinion, and I want to start doing some reviews of some of those games too. So stay tuned for that. I never actually got the Kingdom Death review, so I'm going to work on that as well. And finally, I'm going to start up a mini podcast when I get a chance. Um, I know I'm saying a whole bunch of stuff. It's like I'm trying so much at once. It's probably not all going to work out the way I want it to, but I do have a pretty nice opportunity here, so I'm going to try and run with it as much as I can. I'm going to try to make some kind of video gaming content, not video gaming, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to make some kind of video content on the days where my girlfriend and I aren't together because I now have my own room, my own space. I'm not living in the living room of an apartment anymore. I've got my own space and I can actually do it now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Those things really do help us out. If you came to this video by accident somehow, then subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Kudo news. And leave me a comment telling me what you want me to focus on next. I'm sorry it took so long for me to come back. We'll see how many videos I end up with before I disappear again. Catch you later, YouTube.